pink link is.
Yes, because in the end, as you just finished, because I cut you short there when you're making your statement, what you're trying to tell those who feel like their contribution is being used to carry out projects which they cannot be able to afford, what you're telling them is they should just chill, their turn is coming?
Sure.
Is that what you're telling them?
Sure.
How long should they wait for this?
Already we are starting a project to just say first week of February. I'm sure we shall break at Inivatsinda.
Second.
Yes, we are going to have 500 units, and these ones the government has contributed in terms of providing basic infrastructures, roads, water, electricity.
So they'll be rentals or for sale?
Not for sale.
For sale.
And, we think already they have a policy who should afford. I mean, the people who will, not everybody, not you, not me. There are some categories of people who will be eligible.
Why? Why?
Because they are affordable. We are looking at the category of people we are talking about. Because
what price range, Jonathan? Give us a range. Don't give us an exact price.
Yes. I think it is between 15 and 19.
I think that's fantastic news.
Yeah. Actually, to tell you why we have ranges or why we have those categories of people, we don't want to end having people like me going and buy 4 or 5 houses in that area. So actually, we have heard that Rwanda Housing Authority has written to all government institutions. We have started with the civil servants to see who are qualifying for housing, affordable housing projects. So we want to see first home owner to first of all get the housing. We need to see who are the range of their incomes so that we can design an appropriate housing meeting their earning. So currently we have had the responses from 56 government institutions. We're waiting others to give us their number. We are getting names, ID number, so that we can check if you don't own another house, because we can check with the land records. So we are getting the salary range, and we are getting also income. Because sometimes someone has a salary of 100,000, but he has a small boutique there, a small business. In the end of the month, he has...
penalizing entrepreneurs.
No, we are not penalizing. We will be able...
It's their fault to have more income.
No. We will be able to design for them appropriate house. Instead of designing him or her a house for 100,000, then we know there are these people who can go up to 5,100, even if they are earning income, and so they are earning a salary of 100,000. So you see, it's giving us proper figures so that we can plan for those people.
You're an expert in urban planning. You've been listening to the processes and the plans that they have. What is it that you feel is not being done right here before we look at what is being done correctly?
We are not learning from experience. I think when Nyarutarama was being developed, I was in Kigali. And most houses in Nyarutarama were being sold between 9 and 12 million.
When was that?
2006, 2007.
I doubt. That time I was working with the city of Kigali.
He doubts that. Could you substantiate?
The interesting thing, when Nyarutarama was developed, when Gikondo was being developed by Rujugiro, when Gachuriro was being developed, we know the prices that people were talking about. But the unfortunate thing is that much as they will control and regulate who gets a house where, quite a good number of those houses have been sold at over 112 million. Now, how do we regulate a housing environment that is said to be affordable if we cannot regulate who owns what?
Actually, the first thing is to get housing, to get those houses. That's in Kinyarwanda they say ikituraje inshinga. So the first thing is to get the houses, then we can regulate.
Would that be too late?
No, it won't be too late. No, it won't be too late, because at the time he's talking about the development in Gachuriro. That was 2002 to 4.
Yeah.
So that's when people acquired those houses, and they were ranging between 9 million and 12, and there was the highest was 21 million.
That's only 10 years ago.
That time, if you look at the dollar, how much was the dollar in Rwanda? So how was the economy? What was the salary of a director or a minister at that time who could afford the 9 million? So this time, what we are doing, we are doing this survey to be able to match the income of people and what we have on the market. I have to, again, say this, because we have 3 major problems we have to address. One is land, because we cannot continue developing Batsinda like we developed Batsinda in 2007.
You're
it's
right.
consuming a lot of land.
Yeah.
We have to go up. How much we have to go up? We can't exceed 3-4 stories. Otherwise, we will start using elevators and the cost will be very high. And also the issue of electricity and water. All those things needs to be factored in. Number 2, apart from land, we have an issue of the financing. So the interest rates are very high. Currently, we are talking about building society. That's something we need to develop in Rwanda. And we need to be able, there is something that government should think about it, and we have to think about it. If government puts a road somewhere, and the road crosses your land gets value. But the government doesn't get anything. So we should put in place systems to tax and get the return so that the government can put other roads other way. Otherwise, only you are getting, while the government is not getting. So there should be a compensation.
So you want people to be added some extra taxes?
Yeah, sure.
I think generally that makes a lot of sense.
Yes, you're getting a road.
Makes a lot of sense.
You're getting